the National Carnival Commission is back in the news again. It is not carnival time, so, you know, many people asking why. This time, it is because they have a new chairman. Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters has replaced Mr. Colin Lucas, and many questions have been asked about the appointment of Mr. Peters, and who better to answer some of these questions than the man himself. Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters joins us on set this morning. Good morning and welcome, sir. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Good morning, Rishi. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and wherever else we have seen and heard.
So you are now the chairman of the National Carnival Commission.
Yes,
how does that make you feel?
Like I have a lot of hard work to do. Like I have a whole lot of things to accomplish.
What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to see for the NCC?
Well, I would like to see for Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago better organization to see how best we can monetize it, that it could redound to the benefit of the exchequer, and to make sure that there's benefit in it for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. You were Minister of Culture under the People's Partnership Administration. So yes, having a post like this and a lot of what you've done over the years, you have the experience. Of
course. I mean, I have a lot of experience. Culture is that is my life. I've been involved in it since I was 4 years old. So I've been involved in it not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but everywhere I live in the world, which is quite a few places.
And you've done a lot when it comes to the music and that kind of thing for Trinidad and Tobago. So
music is my life. It's the only thing that I really think that I have perfected in my entire life. That's what I do.
So you have a lot of hard work to do, as you say. What would be one of the first things that you want to do for the NCC to ensure that Carnival becomes a more lucrative?
You see, I don't want people to believe that that is just me. Mm-hmm. While I might be at the helm of it, I am the chairman. We do have a board that we have to work with, and we do have a ministry that we work with. We have a line minister. And there are quite a few things that takes place before, you know, before the success that we so need and seek can be achieved. The fact remains is that we have to work together to make sure that it's done. So it's not just me, you know, it's us.
And then you go back to the people as well, and the other stakeholders who may not be part of the NCC to work with.
Well, basically, all the stakeholders are part of the NCC technically, because they're all on the board.
Antrim Bago,
Tuco, and the mass fraternity is in sort of turmoil right now. So their appointment to the board is in abeyance somewhere along the line. But they're on the board nonetheless. I mean, they're supposed to be there, mandated by the cabinet note that give them the privilege to be on the board.
Yeah, the NCC and one of the stakeholders, Pantrin Bago, has had its legal battles when it comes to the collecting of the ticket sales. That is something that you would want to address.
Well, once I get in there, let me tell you, Rishi, I haven't even been. Today I'm going to have my first meeting. I'm going to have my first meeting this morning at 10 o'clock. I have to first of all go in there, see what's going on inside of there, see what need to be there, what shouldn't be there, what has been there, and then make all the decisions that we have to make in terms of going forward. So it's like a initiation, in a way, to what has to be done.
Yeah, because you only took up the position on April 20th.
Yes, a couple of days ago. And I'm not even in the office over the weekend, really. So I was there yesterday, but it wasn't to do this kind of work that we have to do now. We are having our first meeting today.
Because one of the main concerns people have is, you know, Carnival has been around for so long and it still can't survive on its own.
It's my concern as well. It's my concern as well. It has been my concern. This concern didn't start just because I'm appointed NCC Chairman. This concern started a long time ago, because like I said, I've been involved in this before you were born. And I've had my concerns over the years. So I have an opportunity now to look at it more in depth. It's not the first time I have been on the NCC board, by the way, but it's not, it's the first time I'm the chairman. And as a chairperson, then I guess you have more responsibility to drive the thing forward.
Yeah. I've heard some people say that from minister to the chairman of the NCC, you know, that's somewhat of a demotion.
I don't understand why people would say that, because I have no air about anything, you know. I could be today a garbage collector if that's what my country requires of me. It doesn't make any difference. Richie, I spend most of my time in the bush planting my garden, you know. A lot of people don't know that. People watch me on the street and say that he was this and he looked this, and I have no air about nothing, you know. I am just a bland person, really, who do what is necessary and what has to be done. So I don't see any demotion from being a minister. A title doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything to me. I am detached from most things. That's the job, that's the title that they give you to do the job that you have to do. But if the title of that was garbage collector, it was fine. I have nothing to do with that. That I just want to get the job done. I don't care how they call me. So I don't see any demotion in anything. Yeah, it might be a demotion in terms of the salary.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that may not have been the objective for being there in the first place.
It's about, what would you say, developing?
It is basically, it's a civic duty in a way. To be a minister of government is not an easy job, you know. As indeed to be the chairman of an organization that has all the different entities that you have to please. It's not an easy job. It's something that you must want to do. It's something that you must like to do. It must be something that you have an interest in, not just go for perks and to get this and to get that. And a lot of people watch these things and believe that he's a minister of government and he have it made and it's easy. You make more money just going ahead and working and doing what you have to do than being in some of these things a lot of times.
It's about giving back to your country as well.
Yeah, it is a twofold thing. It's not that I don't need the money, I don't want the money, don't get me wrong, but it is not the main objective. The main objective is that I am involved in something that I would like to see better, you know, leave it in a better position for the people who are going to come behind me, and our country going to benefit more from it.
And the appointment to the NCC is a political appointment in that the decision is made by cabinet.
Of course.
How were you contacted and asked to?
The Prime Minister called me and asked me if I would be willing to serve. And I told him yes. Well, I didn't tell him yes immediately. I told him that I needed some time to think about it. And I thought about it. I consulted my wife. I spoke to the other people that I have to talk to. And at the end of the day, I decided yes. And here I am.
Were you surprised when the Prime Minister called?
Well, basically when he called initially, excuse me, I may have been surprised because I didn't know that they had anything there for me. And when he said that he wanted me to do it, that's fine.
So the question is, are you still a member of the UNC?
No, I'm not a member of any political party right now.
Because a lot of people are saying now this is a political appointment, so you know you may be.
And here lies the problem in Trinidad and Tobago. I am a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, okay? I was a citizen of the United States of America who relinquished his citizenship in order to serve this country. How much more can a man give to his country? Now, what does this have to do with politics? In Trinidad and Tobago, we politicize every single thing. So the PNM is in power and I get a job because I was a UNC person. What does that have to do with it? It means that what? That is because of the politics that I get this done? If I had no ability to do what I'm doing, I don't even think that anybody would consider me politically or not, because I have a whole lot of other people all over the place. It is because I could bring something to the table, and that's how it's supposed to be. Not because you're a UNC or you're a PNM or a COP or a PPP or whatever you are. It means that you should not get a job, or you can't do the job, or they keep. That's a problem in our country. We leave all the great minds behind and put all kind of people in all kind of places because of the political affiliation, and they can't get it done. They can't get it right. It is not that they don't have the acumen to do it. And when you put square pegs in wrong hole, the result that you get is trying to make the hole square, I guess.
So we can expect a lot from you in the NCC.
you can't expect me to do my best.
Yeah.
You can't expect me to do my best. If I succeed, then my best work. If I didn't succeed, then my best did not work. But I am going to go there and give it the best shot that I can. I'll do the best I can for the appointment that I have, and within the purview that I have to work with, I will do that. And that's as much as I can do.
But I also need to ask you, when you were Minister of Culture, how did you work with or try to assist the NCC?
Well, I work fine with the NCC. The NCC had a board, and as minister, as line minister. But you see, when the NCC is a semi-autonomous body, while you have a line minister, you give them the authority to do what they want to do. They come back to you when they need certain things. But they have to work. They have a mandate. You have a guideline by which you have to work. And once those things are put in place, then you don't run it on a day-to-day basis, but you liaise with them, you do what has to be done. Any major decision that has to be made should not be made without the knowledge of the minister. And I intend to follow that to the letter.
What do you want to see for the NCC before you leave, if you ever have to leave that position?
No, not if I ever have to leave. I'm sure that I would have to leave one way or the other. Whether you resign, whether you get too old, whatever it is. But I would like to see it in a better way. I would like to see systems put in place whereby it could run like a car. You put in the first gear, and you know it's going to go. You put in the second gear. If you're going up a hill, if you're going up the incline, you know this is what you have to do. And I think that systems run things. And that's what we need to put in place. You don't need to invent the wheel as you keep going, you know. You need to put the systems in place, and that's going to have it running well.
Yeah. And just one last question,
sure,
because we're almost out of time.
Okay.
Do you see yourself being in electoral politics again?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I am like Voice, far from finish.
There is a lot we can expect from Mr. Winston Gypsy Peters, who is the new chairman of the National Carnival Commission. This is Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago. We have much more for you after the break. Stay with us.